That's going to be the clickbait to Jaden does the intro for the first.
Finally does intro.
Very special episode today.
Hey guys, welcome back to the DimesCast. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today we are here in the studio with a very special guest, GRVYRDS. Welcome, brother.
Hello.
How are you, man?
I'm alive.
You're looking great. You're looking quite ripped, bro. Like, I can see the vein coming out. Did you come straight from the gym?
I went this morning.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah,
So-
I'll fucking... Yeah.
that's a tip. Maybe that's a tip for everyone to come. Yeah, when they're coming to the podcast, just do a quick, couple push-ups.
Oh, you got to go on this podcast, man. They tell you look sick.
And also, you gotta wear the sleeveless shirts too.
Oh yeah, I mean my nip's gonna come out at some point. You got to get those clicks.
Yeah. Need the viewership to go up. But bro, it's a pleasure to have you here, man.
Thanks, man.
100%.
We've known as a duo. We've known you for a long
we've
time now.
I was actually trying to think about it on the drive here. I was like, fuck. I can't remember like how long I've known these guys. It's just been as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
In like music terms, as long as I've been DJing, it's been at shows with you.
Yeah.
100%.
Because
when was that? That time we had everyone together and we got the photo.
Yeah.
listen, let's not hold back. It was Right Records back in the day.
Yeah.
But we had what? Oh boy, us.
Yeah.
And
And
then
the crew, man. Jamie, Kane.
Yeah, Harry.
Yeah.
Pat.
Yeah, Pat.
And I'm pretty sure Foul
song
Language was there too.
Yeah. What was that? Where did we have?
That was a GPO night.
Yes.
Yeah, but we went to that little bar, bro.
Yeah, there was like an alleyway bar. It was like
It was weird.
before the show, there was like the Right Records showcase.
Yes.
Before the show, we had like a come and like kind of mingle things, like new producers, old producers, come and meet like the Right Records crew, talk about music, yada yada.
Yeah.
And it was fucking sick, man.
Yeah,
that was
that's
such
right.
a good time.
That right.
I remember you guys were just like, you guys were encouraging each other to drink like hard. Oh, remember Saxton? Oh, because I was thinking something happened that night, and I was like, Saxton.
We got fucking
Dude, he
raised.
was passed out in the car on the drive there. He didn't even arrive to the place like coherent, bro.
Oh man, I wish I had that video because remember how we were waiting in the that bar down in GPO. We were waiting to go up to the main room,
Yeah.
and dude, there was like a section up the back left hand corner, and he was like in the seat, just
There was like
Dead,
this throne. There was this throne,
Yeah,
and we put the cunt in it because it was the only thing with sides that would hold him up, and he's just like, oh my god, man, I can't believe I forgot about that.
because I think that was like, I don't know why it was trash, but I think he was just wanted a really really good night.
No, what was happening was, so at the time I was sponsored by Sailor Jerry.
Oh
I was working
right,
for the company.
yeah.
And I had a bottle, and in the car I was drinking just like casually. And he's not the type of dude to kind of drink and party and stuff. He was like the brain.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, dude, do you want a few drinks on the way? And he's like, oh, what's this stuff? It smells really good. Yeah, I'll have some. He had like a handful of drinks, man. So it was completely my fault.
But what a great memory that was.
Honestly, bro,
man.
I don't understand how he even got let in the building, let alone not kick the fuck out.
You know why I reckon is just because Lily did her thing,
Yeah.
and she just got him in there. But like,
Big Lily.
oh man, I just remember that whole night. He was just so sloppy,
gone.
and I actually thought that was Saxon 24/7. But then when I met him on another day, I was like, bro, you're completely different.
Completely different.
Yeah. So that's what I was like, oh, this is different. But man, like I think from then on, we talk about Saxon. This is a Saxon podcast. He just like lost heaps of weight, and he just like started.
Dude,
Yeah, I
have
still
you
got
like caught up with him recently?
No.
at all? Dude,
Nah.
he like lives on a yacht.
I've seen
on the
that.
fucking ocean of like. I don't even know what country he's in right now, man. He's killing it, man. He is
Yeah.
like that nomad dude. He's like Thor cunt. He's fucking.
Yeah, bro, he's gotten like Jack too,
Yeah,
and
he's
like
looking good. He's
and
living
like
the dream.
from GPO to the throne to
That was his
conquering the
calling.
7 seas.
That was his calling for sure. He's just like, I gotta sort my shit
the
out.
180, yeah.
Because that was fucked that night. That was crazy.
He woke up.
No, yeah.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah, that night was dope. I remember that was the first time we all sort of sat together.
Yeah.
Because I guess if no one really knows, we were all under the same record label back in the day. And from back to the first question, how long we've known each other, I listened to your music before I even listened to, like, we were together.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I remember. I can't remember the song it was. You did have another alias, Black.
Yeah, that's right. I used to be Black on Black.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I said he didn't.
Yeah,
but
no,
he definitely
okay.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
now.
because that's where
Yep.
I started listening to you, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
That was around that time. That was Ripe Records was right around the time I kind of transitioned into Graveyards. So Black on Black was a thing. I scrubbed that from existence. Fuck, man, that was so dumb. But like that was just the beginning.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah,
starts
that's
off
right.
doing that shit.
I would have known you for like 2 years before that. Then I would
Really?
have known you. So that's
Wait,
like
did you would have played a show with Snow?
Yeah, I definitely would have played shows with you. I don't know if we like personally knew each other, but I definitely remember now that I remember Black on Black, that I definitely remember.
Because
Yes.
Jaden played at, what is that club? Oh man, what's that club called?
Explain it. Where?
You have to go downstairs and there's this weird like bubbles on the wall.
Shuffle.
Shuffle.
Oh,
So
yeah, I played that.
yeah,
I played that.
yeah.
Was my. It was meant to be my first club gig, but I ended up playing at Boundary before I played there.
Yeah.
I didn't even have
Dude,
my
Shuffle,
alias
man.
then. It was just my name on the
Yeah, right.
thing.
Fuck, dude, Shuffle was like
That was
that
was-
haven, bro. That was like such a good time.
Yeah.
man.
It was.
Yeah.
And I think that's where like when I went out one night, that's you were playing at Shuffle. I think.
Yeah, I was a resident there. I played there every week. Yeah.
And now coming to think of it, I'm pretty sure I can remember Kane being in the background.
Kane,
Yeah.
yep, Kane was there from the beginning. He used to have a duo with another mate of mine, Dylan. They had a name. I can't remember it right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
please remember it.
Oh, dude, what was it? It was something kids. The Dirty Dropouts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro, that's such a wow.
Awesome.
That-
We're
that-
seeing him tomorrow.
Yeah.
So excited.
So we got the dirty drop.
So you're a dropout.
That's funny as. Was gonna say yeah. So when I saw you play, I was like, man, that's dope. And I think that's sort of when trap and the bass era was sort of kicking off.
It was right the transition from like electro into when trap was coming in, IRL Grime and Bauer and shit were just kind of popping off, and I was still on like the dubs, like the like old school dubstep wave, like Roscoe and all that early
OGs.
shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd always be like on pretty late in the night, just fucked, man. Fucked. This is probably why I don't remember when we met, because that entire period of my life I was just drunk. Honestly,
Crazy. Yeah. I just and I would see your name on like most Surface Paradise like clubs and
back then it was still kind of, the Gold Coast was still kind of open to like non-commercial music, and I was in there, but I was playing Elsewhere. My first ever show was at Elsewhere. You've been there, you know? Elsewhere.
Yeah.
Emo used to play. What's I not
dude,
hey?
Emo, I played with like Emo instead, Justice, Alice in Wonderland, way back.
Yeah.
Way back now. Fuck, I'm old as fuck, bro.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Oh, bro, same age as me. That's
We're
not
all
old.
old, man.
Yeah. No, but I was gonna say because you've been DJing for a long time and
Yeah.
you're lucky enough to play with those artists.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how does
Before
that feel?
big.
How does that feel like? You're like, oh, I actually got the privilege to play with.
Yeah,
What's
it's like I was like, it was super fun and like amazing. They weren't quite those artists at the time, while they were still like, oh, you know, these guys are really doing cool shit. But like, look at fucking What's So Not now.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah,
at
bro.
Alice in Wonderland now. Justice was a legend back in the day.
Yeah.
But then I played with other dudes like Cyberpunkers. Do you remember the Trash?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Trash bags, bro,
That was just as I turned 18.
dude, that was the fucking loosest time in music, bro. Like,
Noi, I remember Noi talking about that, but like I completely missed that.
I got
missed
the end
whole
of it.
thing.
So I saw G-Tronic
oh, dude.
at Bowler.
Yeah.
When Bowler was Bowler.
Baller,
And, yeah.
fucking trash bags
Yeah,
and wet lips and that.
yeah, bro.
True.
Oh, yeah.
So you got the privilege to come up to like experience those gigs too.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Oh.
I didn't play trash bags. I played its like surrogate thing, wet lips.
Oh,
It
wow.
was like, so trash bags was more so like the big cities, Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, while wet lips was more independent. Same act, same style of kind of show.
Yeah.
And so, you know, Elsewhere, right? It's like deep,
Yeah.
kind of shit. They would bring these trash artists, Cyberpunkers, Nah Disco, G-Tronic and shit. They would break the booth. They would rip the booth out off the wall, man. And Elsewhere's like got these indie kids like Doc Martens, like Flower Power, and cunts are wearing paintball masks, moshing. Like, it was the strangest time, but it was so much fun, man.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What other gigs have we played at? I think that was the GPO was the main one, right?
GPO,
Yeah.
That one night was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That
So
was
when how long into your career were you until Jamie, Lily, Saxon they came to approach you for like Right Records stuff?
So I'd been doing Black on Black for like a couple years. I was like touching on production, not really doing anything of substance. And then, so yeah, I would have been a couple years in, and then I made the transition over to GRVYRDS right around the same time I'd met Jamie and Kane and Lily and all that. Lily was like the last of that crew that was kind of in it. So yeah, I'm trying to think of how I met Jamie now as well. Fuck, man.
Shout out to that guy, Jamie. Jamie's a legend.
Yeah.
But I remember you were just talking about like your first sort of dabbling around with like production. I'm going to expose Kane here.
Oh yeah.
He told me that when you were bringing in your production, like even though like it was like amazing, he would purposely say that it's trash and it's terrible just so you could keep going.
Fuck.
So
You know what? That's really weird because I have kind of the opposite. I don't know. It's weird. So this has stayed in my mind for years upon years. So one time, because he was production, he knew shit. I was like, man, I can't get my sub bass to hit, man. Like, what do you recommend I do? And at the time, I had no idea what he was saying. But he goes to me, man, what you want to do is get 2 sub channels and one left and one right. And I'm like, that kind of makes sense. Like, there's 2 speakers, there's 2 subs. If I
this wide bass.
Yeah. And then when I came into actually knowing that, like, your sub goes in mono, I was like, that fucking I can't believe, and it still plays in my mind over and over. I've like thought about messaging and being like, you're a fucker.
Well, this is your chance right now.
Hey, man, I'm coming for you.
It would have been so great if it said
That's such a Kane thing to do.
Stereotypical.
because like we were listening to your stuff. I'm like back like a couple years ago, and I'm like, bro, this Graveyard, man, like this is when you had that track, like just like you're moving into what's that genre, like not deep house but like bass house type stuff.
House, yeah.
I was like, bro, this is crazy. And we're listening to it in the studio, and he's like, and he told me, he's like, I used to purposely tell him that this all trash, and so he would just keep pushing forward. And I was like, I don't know if that's cool or not.
I mean, that's not cool, but like I'd back it, man. That's a strategy right there, dude.
I just thought, sorry, Kane, if I expose you, but he's coming for you now.
But you've come a long way since there, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Consistent.
Yeah. It's been a while since then too.
Yeah, it's been so
Been doing
like
the GRVYRDS thing for like 4-5 years now.
yeah. I don't know how many years we've tried to get a track together.
Dude, because you were talking to Fooney about like our collab and how just like natural. I'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've tried collabs fucking multiple times over
It was
many
like us
years.
in Noi as well, bro. We just struggled for ages, and then we just like cracked a seal and just like able to start doing shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And you kind of explain it really well about how like sometimes there's no like bad blood between us. So I don't think when you send me shit, you probably don't think what I'm giving you is bad. It just doesn't kind of gel, or it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You got to kind of remember that.
And I think like a lot of guys and a lot of artists, I mean guys and girls, sorry, let's not be discriminative here. I think like a lot of artists just they get really discouraged if like, oh, maybe that person didn't actually vibe what I was actually making, and maybe I'm not a good enough producer. But it's like it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, like
you
you gotta have the vibe about the track. Like if the track's not making you pop, and someone's like, people could send you something, you're not vibing it, and you try work on it, it's just forced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not cool.
And it's like, I don't know if I want to use the word not petty, but it's such a small thing as like if I open a project and it's a mess.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh fuck, I can't like visually navigate this.
Yeah.
I can't work on this.
Yeah.
So you either spend heaps of time reorganizing and putting the kick at the top and dumb shit. Like sometimes it can be that small reason. Like the track can be fire.
Yeah.
But something dumb gets in the way.
Yeah.
It's nothing personal or.
Do you find when I guess you're setting up your Ableton sessions that you can, because I know for myself and for Jaden, like can be super OCD and like the particular way that you lay out your tracks is like, do you have a process of?
I wouldn't call it
laying all that?
OCD. I have a template set.
Nice.
That's pretty. It's pretty intricate to the point where a lot of other producers can't use it.
Lovely.
Yeah,
That's
so
dope.
It's dope, and it's not like I gave you guys know Bodie?
Yeah.
I gave him my production template in Ableton, and he's only new. And he brought this to my attention. I didn't really realize it, but he's like, "Yeah, man, like I'm not at the level of using this yet because it's designed for like originals and intensive mixdowns and shit like that." And he's still doing like edits and just mashups.
Yeah.
You need something more simple for that.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, my setup is like, it's pretty intense. Yeah, I got routing and grouping and fuck yeah.
Heaps of stuff.
Yeah, heaps of fun stuff.
Okay, let's be nerds for 1 second.
Yeah.
Favorite plugin? Let's say VST.
VST. It without a doubt it's Serum.
Lovely. Yeah.
But I'm tired of it, bro. I want something
we are
new.
too,
Bro,
Yeah.
it's so good, but
It is amazing.
It's so good.
I know it inside and out.
Yeah.
And I was talking in the last person asked me this. I was like, Serum is amazing. There's no question about it. But like, I can hear the Serum reverb.
Yeah.
I can hear the Serum distortion. I can hear the multi-band compressor. It's like, so what I've actually done recently is minimalize what I'm doing in Serum and really focus on the post-processing.
Yeah.
That's the shit, man. That is like my
definitely.
fucking, that's what I do for fun. Bro.
Yeah.
Post-process.
It's not in the sound design. It's not in the filter. It's processing.
Straight up. How many filters can I get on this?
Oh man.
Oh, it's so funny.
I think
man.
we're sounding so much like nerds right now. Just laughing at our own production jokes. But anyway, okay. Favorite mixing plugin. Let's say you can't use compression, EQ, like all the basic ones. But like, what's your favorite? If it's a wave plugin or
Oh, actually, yeah. I've got a fucking boner for the Kramer tape.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I'm not at the moment. Since I fucking had it, man. I tried it once. I was like, oh my god, man. It's like that thing will fix the fuck out of your mix, bro. Except it does boost some muddy stuff, but then you fucking... No. Okay. A combination is like the Kramer tape and the FabFilter Pro Q3.
Oh, the Pro Q.
The Pro Q's dope, bro.
Unbelievable.
How good is it
man.
on the eyes even?
Dude, yeah.
So good.
It's fucking so good, man.
So
We
good, bro.
so we have like a TV like up on the wall, like not in the next studio, whatever, not behind you, but like but yeah, you just get it up there and you're like, wow,
It looks
Yeah,
so good.
oh man.
just making these dips in here.
Yeah. Fucking the dynamic EQ, like I do away with multi-band compression and shit now.
Yeah.
And like it's so good. One of the biggest things is you save on CPU. You don't have to have this EQ, that compression, that this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Pro Q3 fucking bang. You put that on it with the Kramer tape, a little tiny bit of. You can have a 4 thing master chain.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
you can have this tiny
Bang,
master
bang, bang.
chain because it's just
And as you said, saving on CPU, which is like huge.
Yeah,
massive.
Yeah, I know. My laptop.
Emmett's laptop's gonna blow up soon.
Yeah.
When we
I've
get
had
to when we get to the mix down stage, just like it creeps up just
Yeah.
to 60,
Well,
70. Like, oh my god.
When I get to the mixdown stage, I'd bounce to audio.
yeah,
That's the shit, man.
that'd be dope. I mean, you know what I used to try? I used to because I used to have Pro Tools. I used to, yeah. But this was, I think I had like a light version. It wasn't even the full version. And I saw this on a tutorial. I'm like, oh, that's sick. So what I used to do is like bounce the audio and then chuck it into Pro Tools. And I used to think, oh, it's so much better because it's coming out of Pro Tools now. But anyway, that's my rookie mistake. And we will never talk about that ever again.
Kane always vouched for that because he's the engineer. He's like, yeah, man, bounce your stereo to wave, and I'll run it through the Pro Tools.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's sick, but the never-ending tweaking.
Yeah, exactly.
Man. Like in audio, when it's bounced to audio, you can still tweak just that little bit.
Yeah.
Saves you from like overworking the track and kind of losing it and all that kind of shit. So
Yeah.
there's a million different ways to fucking do the same thing. But
Oh, yeah.
it's just
Oh,
whatever.
yeah. And you've just scratched the surface.
That's it.
Let's a bit more on production, bro. That track that you had out with Lowdown, was it Lowdown back then, or was it
Back
Paul
then
Deluxe?
it was Paul Deluxe.
It was.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man, so that came out on a big label.
Yeah, that was my first signing to Ministry of Sound.
Yeah.
Which was like the childhood dream, man.
How did that feel when you got the message from Paul, being like, bro, this is getting signed to this label?
Yeah. So the
How did you feel?
story was, I had put out a track not long before, just a free download. It was literally I wrote it on a plane. I wrote it on the plane to Japan for when I first went there for just a holiday. Wrote that track, put it out a few weeks or sometime after, I kind of reworked it into a newer track, a little bit more complex, put a snippet of it on my Instagram. And then sometime after that, I get a message from Paul. He's like, "Oh, dude, I've been listening to these couple tracks and I've been really referencing it in this new one that I'm working on. I've pitched it to a label. They're down to sign it. Come around and let's finish it. Like, let's do it together." I was like, "Fuck yeah, sick."
Crazy.
Went over to his house. It was like one session. We knocked it out. A few days later, he's like, "Yep, it's signed. Let's go." Come around, sign the contract. Went around, signed the contract, and I was like, couldn't believe it, man. Because since I was like, I've been wanting to do music since I was a kid. Been thinking about it like as an actual idea since I was 13. And one of the first introductions into like real proper dance music scene was the like Ministry of Sound. Back then it was the Annual. 2005, 6, 7, 8. Fucking amazing. Tommy Trash and Sam Lamore. Like, fuck, bro. So that happened. I was like, whoa, such a massive goal.
Yeah.
I don't really know why or how it's happening, but fuck, I'm just gonna go with it. Eh? Yeah.
And like it's insane. Like we were just talking about like collabing and stuff. Obviously the vibe was there.
Yeah. So it was kind of weird, man. Like I'd wrote this track, and then I went to Paul's, and he's kind of rewritten it with his own kind of twist on it, and I was like, whoa, like I didn't make that, but I did. You know what I mean? It's not quite that, but it was just this bizarre feeling. But because I was so like already familiar with the track, it was like I was like, yeah, so let's do that. So I changed some patches and
Because I think what a lot of people really need to know about you is you've been very experienced in your sound design. Like you're very particular. Like there's a graveyard sound. Like if you listen to all of Storm's stuff, it's like there's that signature sound, and like I've never actually seen like an artist like locally be so particular on their sounds, man. So you being in the studio with like Paul, especially Paul, Paul Deluxe Lowdown, like he's the man too. And just being confident, being like, bang, I need to change this. Like that's crazy, bro. That's amazing.
Well, like so I don't really see it like that, eh? Like we were friends for ages from Shuffle days. I've known him longer than I've known heaps of people. Now that I'm thinking about it, like he was Paul Deluxe from the green room at Platinum. And I was going to Platinum just getting cooked. And then I ended up, he left Platinum Green Room, and then I took his spot. And then he left Platinum Green Room to go to Shuffle and Brisbane between the two. And then I left Platinum to go to Shuffle, and he was already there. And me and him were doing back-to-backs. And we were just like...
You're always there around each other.
So I've known him for ages. And like, he's the fucking man. But I wasn't like intimidated, I guess might be the word. Yeah, so it was just natural, man. It was that
comfortable with each other.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Being comfortable, man. Just being confident. That's dope. I think you've always been like that, bro. You've always been confident. You've always like out there, and in terms of like knowing what you want to do, and that's dope.
Well, I just spend a lot of time kind of thinking about what I want to do and directions and stuff like that. So, and like. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but when I have my mind set on something, if I have a goal, I'm like, I can be pretty like blunt, and like serious, and
that's good because you can be like, this thing here is not involved on where I want to go, so this can go over here.
So I wouldn't call it like a disagreement, but I was working with a vocalist, and I sent her the song and the lyrics, and she sent me back. She said, I like to kind of, have input in the lyrics and stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Like, whatever. Like, you understand what this song is about. I've written it. You understand what it's about. If you want to change some small things, whatever. She sent me back the demo. It was like just off center. So I felt like a dick doing it, but I was like, hey, like this is my song. I needed to kind of express this and say this. Can we change it back or do some other changes? And I don't think she liked that, eh? So, that didn't really work out as of yet. We're going to work on it in the future. But I'm just going to try and kind of really get it perfect so that she'll be happy with it when I send it back.
I think that's like... it's not wrong, man. Like I think that you've got to have your opinion.
You wrote the lyrics, your song.
Yeah, you got to like put your foot down in places.
Exactly.
But I of course feel like a asshole or whatever doing it. Like you got to do this thing.
How do you get that? Like, what's that process like? In terms of like, if you send something off, are you the type of person that would maybe because there's a couple of different types of people. Like they see something, they see a problem, and they'll straight away call it out, but then sort of not really think of the long term of it. Or is it more of a thoughtful process, being like, okay, I need to say this right?
Civil.
Yeah.
Civilly.
Well, like I said, like I can be pretty blunt. You know what I mean? Like if you want to get shit done, you got to do it yourself. In a way, like put your foot down. Just you got to know what you want. So like I'm always down to kind of like bounce back and forth and lean towards something or the other.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like no, like get back in line.
Hard, man. Because I feel like the song that you intended to write can be complete. I mean, sometimes maybe sometimes it works in a way of like, oh, actually, I didn't think of that. And it can spur on a bit of different creativity. But if it's like completely off path. You've got to be like,
and this was one of those times. It was pretty out there.
Well,
it's completely fine. I'm not gonna be like, she sucks.
It's
just that's like the artist's kind of path. It's like that.
Yeah, and I think for everyone listening, it's like you're always going to come across those like those challenges.
Yeah,
there's never going to be like one. It's not always going to be perfect collaborating with people, especially when there's like you can't always cater for the main reason that you're the motive or whatever it is.
I don't want to be like that guy who everyone's just like, oh yes, whatever you want, yes. Okay. Yes, man, do my fucking brain in. That's the reason shit like veers off course. Because someone comes up with this fucking stupid idea and there's heaps of people going, yeah, man, that's so sick. And then it's just like, like, get a grip, cunt. Like,
and that actually brings me to my next question. You're probably the best person to get feedback from.
Yeah.
Me?
Period.
You reckon?
Yeah. I think we sent you. I mean, this was like a while ago, but I remember we sent you like a song that was going on Right Records, and you gave us some solid points, and I was like, "That's exactly what this."
You got to have those people. I think I said in a last couple of episodes, like you got to have the people that you can send the music to that aren't just going to say, "Yeah, this is sick."
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
You need that knuckle down, get into it.
Man. I literally only send music for feedback to anonymous people on the internet.
Yeah.
There's a Reddit called Roast My Track. Oh. You put your track up, and it's just people, you don't know these fucking people, they give you points and shit. And it's like, because for years I did that, send tracks to friends and people in the scene for feedback, and it's always like, yeah, so sick, man. And then it comes out and it flops, and you're just like, well, and that's actually another point I want to get onto a bit later, but it's like, I don't know where I am in this scene, I don't know what is going on in terms of me and my music. So countless times people are like, yeah, I love your shit, this is that, da.
Yeah.
And then I look on like paper and my shit is just not like translating or being kind of picked up, or you know what I mean? So it's like there's no in between. It's either like, yeah, fuck yeah, sick cunt, or crickets.
Yeah. I think
it's bizarre, bro.
It's an interesting thing. Like when you send music that you've created to people that might have a similar interest, I feel like some people would just jump on that's awesome train. But then you've got to think like they're just like 2% of a 98% audience that you're missing. Maybe like, that anonymous Reddit is a great place.
Oh,
because
it's sick, man. I've got heaps of good feedback. Some issues with mixes and blah blah blah, which is completely fine. But for the most part, it is pretty positive. Which is great. And that is kind of, I don't want to say it feels better than getting positive feedback from someone you know, rather than someone on the internet. But it's like, there's not that element of them just like being your friend and wanting to be nice or wanting to suck your dick. Like, it's this random people going, yeah, this is sick, you could change this frequency is too much, blah blah blah. Like that's what you want.
Proper feedback. And
then you say, I'm good for feedback because I'm honest, man. I'm blunt. Like, I'm not gonna be a fucking asshole about it. But if there's something there's a problem, or you could change, or I think you could improve, like that's just it.
And like I think we were talking to IMD about this. Like, I think there's like a certain set of people that you really want the true opinions, but then there's the the other group that you just send to just to get a bit of a, you know, a little bit of a.
Send it to the
I
line.
understand that people would do that. It's like,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
I'm feeling pretty shit about music. Oh, this guy's gonna be like, yeah, sick, fucking.
and you do the full on like, yeah, this is like
This is the one.
this is just the different version that
It's not finished, man. It's not mixed.
and like literally 10 minutes before you're just like trying to master it and stuff. I need to get it perfect before I can send it out. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, once again, you've just got to take criticism as it is and just, I mean,
At the end of the day, it's just feedback.
exactly.
You don't have to do what they want you to do. 'Cause It's
exactly.
your song in the end. They're just
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
give you what they think could be improved.
Yeah. And it's just
At the end of the day.
it's just a different look and like, yeah. I mean, we don't really send many tunes to many people anymore. Only to like, I guess, people we
Kane.
really know.
Kane.
Yeah, Kane's.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm much more inclined to send someone who knows the technical side of
Yeah.
it. Like, I want
Yeah.
mix down feedback
Mm.
most
Yeah.
of all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty limited in my like I produce in headphones, a couple of different pairs of headphones. I sold all my equipment to move overseas.
Yeah, nice.
So I've just got headphones, and that limits me a little bit.
Mm.
But at the same time, it doesn't really, man. To be
Yeah.
honest, like
Yeah. And just like sending it to people who might have a room, like a
yeah,
Mm.
different room that you can sort of get a good reference off as well. That's dope, man.
yeah.
You did a mix on DimesCast Studios. How did that come about, bro?
Well, they DM me
Really?
on Twitter. Yeah.
Like the Steve Aoki, or was it just A&R?
It was the DimMac account.
I was gonna say. Steve Aoki's just like, yo.
bro, I need you to do a mix real quick.
Yeah.
No, we'll still like he's quite familiar with me. I
Yeah.
guess he's been playing my music for ages, bro. He shouts me out. He's like the first radio presenter because he plays my music on his weekly monthly
Yeah.
show or
Yep.
whatever. And he's like one of the only dudes that said my fucking name properly, man.
Really?
Yeah.
How does everyone else pronounce it?
Right. There's a million. It's always like fucking Gravy Roads. Gravy Roads. Is the big one, man.
What?
Gravy
Gravy
Roads.
Roads.
Gravy Yards. Like, what's your name, bro? It's fucking Gravy Roads. Like Gravy Rads. I'm just like, I can't.
Where's the A?
Yeah, like what are you talking about, bro? It's fucking.
That's so funny.
But like that's kind of led to a bit of a meme. Like I refer to myself as Gravy. Like
Yeah.
everyone does now. It's like,
Uncle Gravy, wasn't it?
Yeah, Uncle Gravy. Fucking the big grave daddy. Like.
Yeah, but that would have been a bit of a buzz, man, having you do an exclusive guest mix on DimMac.
That was really
that's
cool,
huge.
man. It was kind of stressful. And what happened was, so the mix was coming up, and I put it out to like all my friends, all the locals, being like, "Hey, I'm about to do this crazy fucking mix. Send me your music, because I want to play like my friends' music. That's all I ever play at shows,
Yeah.
man. Is like my friends and locals' music.
Yeah.
With a couple kind of like the big names thrown in here and there. But anyway, I got hella like tracks and shit sent to me. I tried to put as many of them as I could, but the majority of the mix was my own music.
Nice.
And so I put it out there. I was like, hey, like, sorry guys if I didn't include your track. I've got like this one window of opportunity to show people what I am about.
Yeah.
If you didn't make it, I'm sorry. I'll support you another time.
Yeah.
So yeah, you listen to that mix, man, and it's like my track, Moss.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, shout out to
another my track, Wraith from down in Sydney. Like,
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun, man. But it wasn't just like they didn't just DM me out of anywhere. Like I'd signed to the record label, so I'd been on there for a few months, and they're like, "Hey, man, like, do you want to do this mix?" I was like, "Fuck yeah,
That's crazy.
it'd be so fun."
I think.
dope.
I mean, and also getting the shout out from Steve Aoki would have been.
Yeah, man.
Like,
So
oh.
he's been playing my music for as long as I've been on the label.
Anyone else big playing your music as well?
Yeah, a few people, man. The bloody Beetroots dropped my shit,
nice.
man. When they played in Brisbane not long ago, they were playing my shit, and people messaged me going, "What the fuck?"
That would have been buzzy.
That's
Yeah,
dope,
dude,
bro.
and the wildest thing is like they are hands down one of my biggest influences, man. Like
Yeah.
Warp,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and the fact that the biggest thing is that their live show. Like you
Yeah.
guys will know me for ages. I do the live thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Try to anyway.
Yeah.
And like they're one of the main reasons. Like them, Justice, like Cut Copy and
Yeah.
Pretty Lights and shit. They got these crazy live setups. I'm like, fuck, that's so amazing. That is
Yeah.
what I want to be doing. Like,
That's crazy, man.
yeah.
So what direction are you taking the project now?
It's a bit everywhere, man. It's a bit everywhere. So recently all my music has been about like this, like I had like a recent breakup and this girl, and I'm still just kind of working through that, like like miss her and shit. There's not really any song or words in the world that kind of describe how I'm feeling about her, but like I'm trying, man. That's kind of my focus on the moment. I can't really think about anything else.
That's crazy. So it's like this is more or less an illustration of like, the audio on how you're feeling.
Definitely, man. And
that's awesome.
Funny thing, if you go on, like you were talking about my artworks and shit before on my Instagram, so like all my music has like, and my artwork and all that kind of stuff, it has like Easter eggs, hidden meanings and secrets and all that kind of stuff. So if you go back and kind of like look at my shit, there's like levels to it. So I'm trying to just like, art is just my fucking, it's in my blood. Like I can't do anything without kind of thinking about it in this artistic way and just trying to make something of something that's nothing. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's hard to explain, but
no, I get you.
So all my shit. If you go back, we can go back and kind of talk about my shit.
Well, bro, I mean, like this song here, "Leaving."
Yeah,
bro. I think I asked you for.
You wanted the vocal.
Oh yeah,
bro.
The vocals, man.
It's amazing. It's good, eh?
I love that whole song, man. Like,
so that one there, like, there's so many layers to it, bro. Like, I wrote this when I was like, we were kind of in the process of like breaking up.
True.
It's called Leaving. About you didn't want her to leave, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And then you kind of go. So, and then another thing with that is like it's not a banger, man. The last few tracks I've been putting out, they're not intended to be like bangers played at the club. Fucking It's like it's sit and listen and feel music.
Yeah, man.
You know. So I wrote it in C minor, purposefully, because that shit. There's no sub bass. You know what I mean? Never written in C. It sucks. But for this, it was like perfect, man. It had the feeling, it had the right kind of timbre.
Yeah.
It's not a banger. And then the artwork. So I make and shoot and edit and do all my own artworks and shit like that. With the artwork, like that's how I sleep.
Really?
I sleep like this.
Crazy.
And then when me and this chick were together, I'd sleep and she'd sleep on my arm like that, you know. It's pretty simple. But I incorporated that into that, and it's also like I'm like kind of reaching out. You know, like there's kind of these layers to it. Everything kind of means something.
That's crazy. So obviously going through a breakup, it's tough.
It's so shit.
But like I think you're turning it into more of an artistic story.
Definitely.
And I can really see that now when you've like brought all this up. Like it's like, okay, I get it.
I don't think people have kind of clued on to the layers that I've kind of put into my music and my artworks and stuff. But maybe from now on you might be if you listen to my songs, man, if you like kind of pay attention, there's shit hidden everywhere, bro. My artwork, there's shit hidden everywhere. There's like all this crazy stuff that I'm trying to. So that's like my favorite thing in the world is like Easter eggs and secrets and hidden meanings and metaphor and symbolism. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about this? Is there?
Oh, that's some super crazy deep meaning, bro. No, I was fucking so drunk, bro. I was on the floor in Tokyo after I just played a show a couple weeks ago, actually. And my head was fucked, and I just had the cold drink on my forehead. A friend of mine just randomly snapped that photo of me, sent it to me. Like the caption, like, "Lol, guys, I'm not actually on the phone. I was just trying to cool my 5 a.m. headache." I played in Tokyo and I was fucked, man. I drank that habushu shit. You seen that?
No.
So it's this liquor that's made of snakes. You drink snakes.
Oh, yep, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Wait, is it actually like the snake is actually in it, or is like?
Yeah, so the jar, there's a snake in it, and it's kind of like a pickled snake in alcohol, like this Japanese. It's called shochu.
Do you like eat the snake too, or no?
I'm not fucking. Actually, you know what? I'd give it a go, but no, you don't.
So you know, like the scorpion thing, like the scorpion at the end.
Yeah.
No, that's a bit too crazy.
What's the vibe like in Tokyo to play like?
Oh, it's so much fun, man. It's the most pure vibe I've like ever seen in my for a long time anyway, bro. So like, you know, you go to shows here and it's play rhythm. They're just fucked. They just cook. They're just out for the sake of being out. But then you go to a place like Tokyo, and any niche interest or hobby or anything you like, partly due to population, partly due to just the culture being so ingrained in these people, is just like the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's like you like collecting shoelaces. There's a scene for it, bro.
Yeah.
There's thousands of people who share the same interest, and it's real. It's pure. Some people like things just to like things. Some people fucking wear Supreme because Tyler, the Creator, wore it. But like over there, it's all genuine. So you go and you play a show, and they're listening to this music, and it's just, you can see these people are like loving it.
Yeah.
You play these English songs they can't understand, but they're still just like, fuck, I love this.
So which city have you played in Japan?
Only in Tokyo, man. When I was living there.
That's still like Tokyo. It's like
Oh yeah, I mean like
crazy.
only in Tokyo.
yeah, just Tokyo. Like.
Yeah, no, that was because that's where I was living. I wasn't getting booked like intercity or anything over there, but yeah. And then the last time I was over there, I told a mate, I was like, hey man, I'm coming over to Tokyo next week. Let's hang out. He's like, oh, do you want to play a show? I was like, yeah. He cheated up.
I think remember Will O'Boy? He played a show in Japan.
Yeah.
That club looked pretty insane too.
Oh, it would have been, man.
Yeah. Like, are the clubs like massive over there, or they?
There's a mix, man. There's massive ones and then there's tiny ones. So the club I played at, smaller than this room.
Really?
Yeah.
So like just a little like, so that'd be dope.
Yeah, but see the thing is like that's pretty much the norm over there, bro.
Yeah.
Tokyo, everything's tiny, like because it's so condensed. It was literally it was the basement for another building that they converted into a club. It was fucking sick. So the building was like all black walls, and the only lighting was I don't know what you call it, like pipeline lighting around the edge of the roof.
Oh yeah.
And it was just yellow, and it was called because the club was called Yellow Black Market.
True.
And it was this tiny door, maybe like this tall. You had the dark to get under, and I'm fucking in there, just like it was kind of crazy packed, and then it wasn't, and then it was, and it was like in and out because it was fucking hot, bro. Tiny little room, and it was in the Japanese summer, which is fucked too. But yeah, no, it was so much fun, man. I had like my friends there and like randoms and new people, and the night before actually, Kill the Noise was in there chilling.
What?
And he's like my all-time favorite producer.
Yeah.
He's a beast, bro.
I remember I saw him at what was that festival and his set got cut short.
Future.
Yeah, because of the rain.
So
yeah, it was like halfway through it. He's like, sorry guys, the subs are underneath the water.
Everything.
Yeah.
That was wild, that festival.
And I'm pretty sure Bow was there.
Yep.
And Knife Party were there too.
Sick.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, Future was the shit, bro.
Oh yeah.
So much fun.
Bro.
Yeah, I remember looking at that lineup and Zane Lowe, you know Zane Lowe?
Yeah.
Zane Lowe was there?
Yeah.
And like back then I was like, who the hell is Zane Lowe?
He's the BBC dude.
Yeah, and then like the next week I was like, oh, okay, he's doing interviews with Kanye West. And I was like, okay.
Dude, I went and watched his set because like I knew who he was at the time.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool, bro. No wonder Alex fucked this thing up.
Yeah. I was like, oh, thanks, man.
I went and watched his set. And like I didn't know what I expected, man, but it wasn't what he played. He was playing like the electro bass, the Knife Party, and the fucking Datsik, and like no, not Datsik,
the D word, as I would say.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah. we just got demonetized. We actually don't even get monetized. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, but I remember Zane. His set was sick, and then it went into Kill the Noise because we got there like so early for Kill the Noise. But and then when the whole stage shut down, people were like running at each other, like tackling each other. I'm pretty sure it was your crew.
Nah, it wasn't my crew, man. Not my crew. But
No, your
there
crew?
was a big circle, bro, and then someone got right in the middle and did the fucking caterpillar in the mud.
Yeah.
And then just I thought it was gonna riot for a second there. People were going crazy because the music just was not going on.
I remember how deep that water was.
It was, bro. It wasn't just like you're walking on top.
Like you could literally like swim,
bro.
Like you could get down and be like,
yeah. Oh man, it was a Doombin, wasn't it?
I don't remember where it was.
I don't like
it was
that.
a
It was
mud,
fun, man.
mud.
Yeah, it was muddy.
But that was every single year. Future was underwater.
Yeah.
And that's
except for the Knife Party when the Knife Party played the Haunted House.
Oh yeah, it got
Inside.
moved. It got shifted inside.
You're thinking,
Wasn't that
yeah,
stereo?
you're saying
I think
Bow-
I'm
you're thinking of
I'm
that
thinking
one.
of a different one then.
That's
The one
different
that
one.
Kill the Noise played was one with Borgor, Kill the
Yes,
Noise.
sorry, yep.
Feed Me?
Wait, so the one with Kill the Noise was outside was Prodigy.
Yeah.
I remember, Prodigy.
Yeah, yeah.
Phoenix and shit too.
Yeah.
It wasn't Deadmau5.
And that was the Gangnam Style dude played.
Oh,
I think that was a different year because
No, it was the
that
same
year
bro. On the main stage.
No,
Yeah, it was on the main stage.
I had an all access pass because I played that year.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I was backstage on the main stage. I was watching, I think it was Maddie on, watching him play.
Oh.
And then this Gangnam Style dude's crew comes on. He's like, everybody out, everybody off the stage. Clears the entire crew, artists, everything. I'm chilling there with Maddie on going like, what? He's like, quoi? In French, fuck. And then we go out, we have to stand like in the rain basically. And because this Gangnam Style dude had to fucking come and stretch. I don't know, man. He was just that guy at the time, so he had like rain.
Bro,
That was mid popping then. That was.
I remember we watched the first because he did Gangnam Style twice.
Yeah.
And like the last time he was gonna do it, people started throwing bottles and stuff.
He was getting pelted, man.
Oh man,
That was like when Designer played at FOMO, bro, and he did Panda and Timmy Turner. And then I think he was doing it just one after the other, and then he just ended up doing Panda.
man.
Did he play like 6 times somewhere?
Yeah, bro. I'm pretty sure it was that FOMO. Like it was. He played it a few times.
So ridiculous. Where is he now? He said Panda and left.
Yeah,
Cashed up.
I remember,
Yeah.
you know, actually,
Yeah.
you know what? He's actually signed to DimMac.
No way.
Yeah, because remember Jono was on
remember
that.
Jono being
Jono was
with
on
him.
that tour, and I'm pretty sure Jono, him and Quicks, they were like either he was helping produce a beat or something like that, like on a bus tour.
They were all together somewhere.
Yeah. So yeah, Designer's still doing something. He's still there. Still
He's
out there.
somewhere for sure.
Well, okay. What do you think? What do you think about like the music scene now? Where do you think that's going? Where do you predict?
Oh, I don't know, man. I
Yeah.
think people are getting really tired of how it is right now and trying to push the boundaries, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Rhythms had reign for how long now? I think inevitably it will go out. Whether it's happening right now, I'm not too sure. But see, the thing is, man, I'm kind of removed from the scene,
Yeah.
from a lot of music, kind of by choice. Just I don't really know a lot about it, man. And the reason for that is I try to stay like not influenced by other stuff.
Yeah.
Just to try and keep my shit
Original.
me and unique. And
Yep.
I think it works, man. Like you said, you can hear my music. You hear a song, you're like, oh, that's a Graveyards tune,
Yeah.
which I've been hearing a fair bit, which is sick, man. That's like what I
Yeah.
want. So I'm not really the guy to kind of talk about the scene.
Yeah.
I'm not.
But that's good because, as you said, like I think when you take a step back and you sort of step in your 4 walls and try and shield yourself from that,
Yep.
that's when you start to make dope stuff because as you said, you're not influenced by anything else.
Yep.
You're not trying to tend to any sort of trends that are coming up.
Yeah.
You're just doing what you feel is best.
Yep.
And like I think right now that's what we've sort of been doing.
Yeah,
100%.
I feel like that's kind of, I really feel like that's like the next kind of step in when you're making art, being an artist. Like you fuck around for a bit, you dip into trends.
Yeah.
There's like stages, and then one of those stages is kind of being like, all right, I'm really kind of pouring myself into this, which is exactly what I'm doing. Like you just said before, you can kind of see the story that I'm telling at the moment. So leaving that track was part 1.
Wow.
And Forever with Funi was part 2. And then Enough was part 3. So it's like, it's a pretty, I guess, natural kind of progression through emotion.
Yeah.
And when talking about a breakup, Enough was a kind of a hybrid between how I was feeling about that. I was just sick of feeling so shit, I'd had enough.
Yeah.
And then
No,
it was
yeah.
also kind of commenting on I've had enough of like the music scene. So I'd kind of dip my head in the music scene, see what's up, and it was just rhythm, wonk, 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 fucking behemoth 98 times in a row.
Yeah.
So what I set out to do with that track.
Yeah.
Look at that guy. that's how I feel inside, man. Go to a show, 89 rhythm songs in a row. Fuck me.
And you're like slowly just fading away.
Yeah, exactly. Like but so what I set out with that track was to write it in a style that was very kind of unique and in its own box, but still me, obviously. Without even trying, it was going to be me because I'm making it. But so yeah, it's like have you listened to it? Surely, it's like all original sound design and just really weird kind of culmination of everything that I've been doing recently. And it's like no elements of anything you're hearing at the moment.
With this project, are you thinking of maybe bringing it to like either an album format, or is it more maybe EP, or are you just going to sort of trail it with the singles?
It's interesting, man. So the beginning of what year is it? 2019. Beginning of 2019, I had just come back from Japan. I was in a bit of a spot. I was really kind of focusing on my music.
Yeah.
Really taking it seriously. I did plan to write an album.
Wow.
I have a track listing written of the story that I wanted to tell with that album. I had the artwork, everything. It was like I was focused. I had it. It was all in my head. But then I kind of realized I'm not really at that point, man. So if I was to just pour myself into this project and have it come out and go, that would be it, man. It'd be over.
Yeah.
I would be so tired, just so done with all that. I just wouldn't have ended well.
Yeah.
So I kind of put that on hold, but not really, man, because I've been working on so much fucking music that I've written like 2 albums worth of shit, man. Wow. I've written so many fucking songs since this breakup, bro. Just like churning them, man, churning them. You'll never hear a million of them. But the album, because growing up, I listened to a lot of like metal and metalcore, and with those kind of that genre of music, they do tell stories. They're concept albums.
Yeah.
You know, like My Chemical Romance, Black Parade. It's they call it a rock opera. It's got a story. It's a concept. I love that, man. I love listening to an album front to back. I hate shuffle. I just can't do it, man, because growing up, I listened to the stories that these people wanted to tell, and if it was out of order, I'd get like fucking like OCD. No. So
go back. Keep skipping. No, next one.
I really appreciate that kind of art form of telling a story, which is what I'm touching on with this kind of sequence of records that I'm putting out. Yeah. Telling the story. The next song that I'm putting out, I just finished it the other day. I was trying to shoot the artwork for it today, but it didn't work out. I'll tell you after. So I was like hella like depressed, man. Mental health has been like a big thing for me recently. I was fucked. True. And in like this, it's weird, bro. This might be heavy, but it's just my reality. Yeah. At one point, man, I thought I died.
Crazy.
I thought I died. I thought I'd fucking killed myself or died, not remembered it, and that like I was in hell.
Fuck.
It was bizarre, man. It was kind of like this delusional episode, eh? But I was just feeling so bad. I couldn't believe how much it just hurt, man. I was living the same day every day, like just this massive build-up of things, and I was like, fuck, like, what is this really happening to me right now? So I thought I was dead.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it sounds like, I know, dramatic or whatever, but it's real, man. It was a weird thing. So I wrote this song, and just the kind of the thing I'm trying to get across with it was that like I was dead. I was emotionally dead. I was not here, bro. I was just hurting. And combining that with like literally rather I would be dead than feel the way that I was. Wow. And it was just such an extreme feeling that like it caused me to think I was dead. It was fucked, man. It was
Did you ever like before that, did you ever think, because I've had this thought and I might seem real ignorant now, but like I used to think like mental health wasn't like a big thing. And I used to be like, I don't understand how people are struggling with it. But when I've been through mental health, I'd be like, okay, I understand it now.
That's the thing, man.
Is that how you felt? Like,
so kind of, not really. I've dealt with it for a long time, but only really recently in the last year or so, I've kind of really got this grip onto it, because I kind of was forced to, bro. Like a year and a bit ago, a really good friend of mine committed suicide.
Wow. Yeah.
It was heavy, man. It sucked, bro. I got a phone call. You know, David died, bro. And I was like, fuck, no, what?
Yeah.
What? Couldn't believe it. Hang down the phone. I was flooded with just every memory of like things I didn't say to him, things I didn't do for him, because he did so much for me, bro, so much. And back then, I knew the mental health was real, but I was never really kind of active about it, kind of talked about it or anything like that. And I was like, fuck, man, like, do we know why? No.
Yeah.
There's no, no one knows. So in my mind, I was like, fuck, man, like, I've got to be honest with people. I've got to express to people what they mean to me, how I'm feeling. And it's more so in the effort of kind of shining the light on it for, I don't want to say people like you, but people who don't know about it, aren't comfortable with it. Because I think a lot of people are kind of worried about, I mean, this is used to, I think we are coming into a time where mental health is being very open and talked about.
Yes.
But back in the day, you might be worried about being like, oh, hey man, I'm not really happy. I don't feel okay. Yeah. And then their response being like, oh, you fucking pussy. Like, dude, I wish someone would like react like that to me. Yeah. I would just beat the fuck out of them. I don't play that shit, man.
It's,
I'm sad.
It's
from the streets.
But like, you're definitely right, man. It's right now is like, it's probably the best time for people to talk about, because
everyone's talking now.
There's so many dedicated days
now.
Yeah. And I think that's when it even hits harder, when people are still struggling through it, and people when still like there's still suicide to this day. It's like still prevalent, and it's like it's that damn like there's support here.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Everyone's here, you know.
If ever I'm like put out on socials or whatever, just kind of talking in conversation, I get hella support, man. And yeah, but sometimes the fact is like sometimes that just doesn't help. Like there's one person who could help me, and they just won't. So it's kind of like this circle, and it's really bizarre, man. Dealing with a lot of things and getting on top of those things, but then still having this one fucking diamond that's just fucking me up. Yeah. But it's kind of out of my hand. And that's really the problem. But yeah, man, I don't think we have to worry about people being like, oh, fucking sad cunt. Yeah. Because everyone goes through it, man. Yeah. It's the norm. And you need to be there for people, bro, because they kill themselves, man.
100%.
My friend, man, like, he was the guy that other people went to for their problems. I went to him with my problems.
Yeah, wow.
multiple times.
Yeah.
He didn't know that. Yeah. He didn't know that I was going to him because, like, he made me feel better. But I needed to tell him that.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
Yeah.
If there's something, if you care about someone, man, tell them. Like, you got to...
If you're sitting with a loved one right now,
if you love give him a hug. Yeah. Tell him.
Tell him right now.
For real.
Yeah.
I love you, Adam. All right, I know you're still here. you're still behind that. No, but in all honesty, guys, like, mental health is a real thing. Make sure always take those moments to appreciate everyone around you.
Absolutely, man.
Always know,
Just think about what they could die tomorrow. You might think like, oh, that's a bit dramatic, bro. Like, let's hope not. But fuck, man, it happens. Man.
Yeah, exactly.
It happened to me. I don't want anyone to feel what I felt, bro. I'm haunted, man.
Crazy.
Every single fucking day I think about this shit that I didn't say to this dude, man. Like, I know, it's not the easiest thing in the world. You don't have to leave every single conversation and be like, I love you, man.
Yeah.
Just be honest, man. Tell them every once in a while.
Exactly.
Be real.
Crazy. I feel like with your project, man, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people being like, I've been through that, and
yeah, man.
I relate to this.
Oh, and dude, people are connecting with it, man. Wasn't necessarily why I was doing it for other people to be like, but I got messages like, fuck, man, like, I'm fucking crying listening to this, man. I'm like, same. Same. Thanks for reaching out.
Yeah, man. I mean, that leaving track, bro. The lyrics and the vocals got me, and I was like, wow.
It's
like
heartbreak exists, man.
Yeah. It definitely does.
Unfortunately,
it definitely does. But what else you been up to, man? Let's take a detour away from like.
Yeah, let's get less sad.
Okay, you brought this today.
Yeah.
You said you had a story.
So this is my shit. All right, this is what I drink in Japan.
This is alcoholic.
It is extremely alcoholic.
Extremely.
Yeah. So it's 9%. This can is 9%. Right? Can we get some? Well, crack it and have a sip. So, this is what I drink.
Jaden can do this first. He can fill the void.
This is what I drink on the streets of Tokyo.
On the streets
of Tokyo.
It's like $2, 9%, zero sugar.
That was a big swig.
0 calories. But, so, how's it taste?
Not too bad.
Fucking great.
Not too bad.
So you're punching those 9%. I've never drunk more
100%.
than 3 without throwing up.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, you expect
You
it to be
feel
like,
it?
ugh, but it's like
You kind of feel it like straight away when it like.
it's the shit.
And you can smell like how much alcohol
Yeah,
is
you
in
can
there.
smell how much is in there, but it
Here you
tastes
go, brother.
great.
Yeah,
Go on,
have
mate.
a sipski.
Give us a review out of 10. Yep. Down
10
the
being
hatch.
10 being soju.
Oh, hang on.
I don't know if you guys know Red Bear.
Oh, yeah, of course I know. I do remember
It's
that.
giving me flashbacks to 16-year-old Red Bear drunk.
That was a long time ago.
And like,
Yeah, a couple of
like
decades.
pulses and elevates and stuff.
Oh, man.
I woke up under a bridge because of pulse.
Bro, me and my boys used to get a carton of pulses before we used to go to the Vic on Thursday nights and
God.
just punch
Dude,
them down.
I was 14 drinking pulse
Pulse.
under a fucking bridge, man. Like, one of you lived on the Gold Coast.
Hey.
You know Nerang?
Yeah.
From Nerang.
Yeah, which...
From the street, son.
Wait, which bridge,
I
though?
literally used to rob people.
what?
This is what I'm saying, man. Like, I was from the ghetto,
Wow.
and I'm
Yeah.
drinking Pulse. Pulse, man. Adults shouldn't drink that shit.
Nah, bro. That's what I mean. Like, oh, you wouldn't catch me anywhere near a pulse right now.
Yeah.
But this is... Okay, it's got the word strong.
Yeah, so they're called strong zeros because they're fucking strong. They're called zeros because there's 0 calories, 0 sugar, nothing. They're like, they should be illegal, man.
I can actually feel it right now.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah. If I, yeah.
Because I barely drink. I mean, it's probably a terrible
Yeah.
thing for me to do right now.
Yeah, you're done.
I'm done. I'm done. Anyway.
So yeah, I only brought one small one for you to share because if you drink one of those, you're gone. It's done.
You're not going out tonight.
At home, I've got, you get big ones, man. You get 12% ones, dude.
What? There's bigger ones than
doing over there?
Every so often, yeah. As a promotional event, they'll have 12% ones. It's like, party time. It's like, fucking know this party time. Go.
Wait, how much are these over?
This one's probably like 180 yen, so like $2.
$2?
Yeah. So Japan, bro, most of the economy is based around drinking
Of course.
because drugs are like not an option.
Yeah.
Train stop at 12, you miss your train, what are you going to do all night? You go and get fucked. you go karaoke all night.
Yeah.
You pay $20 all night karaoke, unlimited drinks, singing a song, fucking whatever. You pick up the phone on the wall, 3 beers, someone brings the beers on your thing. Dude, the ecosystem around drinking is insane.
Wow.
There's barely any tax because they're a really independent country. They don't import a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So all their own shit, there's no import tax. There's not crazy alcohol tax like we have here in Australia. No tobacco tax either. 30 pack of cigarettes is like $3.
Wait, you can smoke in clubs too, hey?
You can smoke anywhere,
That's
bro.
right. Yeah,
Wherever
yeah.
you
Crazy.
want. You can be at a restaurant. It's fucking,
Done.
like, it's crazy.
I remember Grayson went over
Yeah.
and he was like, to his wife, he's like, I'm just gonna pop outside to, go to the smokers area, and he couldn't find it. And then he comes back and he's like,
already in it.
he's like, yeah, babe, I couldn't find the smokers area, so I couldn't go for a smoke. And she's like, oh, you're in it.
Yeah, exactly. Man.
Yeah, you're in it. And he looked around, and everyone's just like smoking. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Dude, it's a good and bad thing. Like, I don't smoke. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
You'll be eating a nice Italian. You in a nice Italian restaurant, fucking spaghetti, and then someone's just like,
Yes.
Someone's just flicking dough.
yeah,
Just lands in the middle.
Yeah. It's heavy, bro.
So are you actually going back to Japan to live?
Yeah, man, it's looking like it.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. When I came back, I didn't really plan to stay. I only came back to kind of deal with some visa stuff, and I was back for a little bit, and I met this girl. I only stayed for as long as I did because of her. When we broke up, and then I don't know, not
Just chilling.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got a couple jobs lined up back there, bro. The thing is, man, I got a life back there.
Yeah.
Got friends and a job and all this kind of shit in a community. So moving back isn't really the biggest deal. Like, I find myself quite bored in Australia.
Yeah.
I hate shitting on Australia and all that kind of stuff because
say
I
it.
do feel like an asshole, but it's fucking boring, bro.
Yeah.
What do you do after work, man? Or what do you want? Like, so this is my situation. Come home from work, message my mates. What's doing? You want to hang out? Oh, nah, man, just finished work. I'm just gonna hang out. It's like, fuck, bro.
Yeah.
In Tokyo, I'd work until 9 p.m. and then go out afterwards, go for dinner and drinks and all that shit, just because you could.
Yeah.
Here, there's not even the fucking option, man. Or well, there is, but like it's expensive.
Yes. Yeah. Very, very expensive.
So yeah, it's just this kind of like mess of not really having anything to do.
Yeah.
And the things that are happening, I don't really want to do, which is all on me, obviously. But for the most part, it's like, what do you do after 7 o'clock?
Yeah. Go to nothing. I know what Jaden does. he goes and Fortnites. That's what he does.
Man,
That's his thing.
I love video games, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm big into gaming as well.
I just watch heaps of YouTube videos, like random stuff.
You do actually,
bro,
because we share the same YouTube. I'll go on there and watch a Fortnite thing, and it'll just be like this long list.
Bro,
of
random stuff, and just like, oh yeah. I never knew jellyfish stuff did that. Like, I'm just like, just random stuff, man. Like, that's what I do after 7, 8.
I spend heaps of time on YouTube, man. I think everyone does, bro.
Yeah,
YouTube's
so fuck that.
Actually, you know what? This will be on YouTube soon.
Oh yeah, you guys are uploading on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
How's that all going, man? Because like, so I got a lot of friends who are like professional YouTubers.
Crazy.
Like, fucking millions of followers and shit. So I know the in and out of fucking YouTube, bro. So is it monetizing or what? Like, what's going on?
Well, we haven't even. We're just uploading at the moment. We haven't really
done much.
Thought.
Yeah.
Focus on the YouTube, man, because you can make money off that. You can't monetize Facebook, I don't think.
Nah.
Yeah, so you do that and you figure it out, and because a lot of podcasts are on YouTube, man. The most successful ones have the video feed as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think down the road, obviously, where we'll explore those options. But I think now we're just trying to build the platform. Get a foundation, then probably jump
it's
from there.
still relatively new. What episode is this? 7. Yeah, pretty new.
So
Still
man, you're just a jack of all trades. You just know it all. But I mean, I think just to wrap things up, is there anything in particular that you wanted to say, bro?
Nothing really, bro.
Yeah,
covered everything that we were going to talk about anyway.
Is there anything in the within like the back end of the year that you've got coming out that you might want to talk about, or
I've got a song coming out. I'm gonna put it out on Halloween.
Nice.
Because it's your boy Young
Of
Gravy,
course.
spooky bitch.
What can we expect from this one?
It's that song about thinking I was dead
Wow.
and wishing I was
I'm
dead.
keen for this.
Very keen. I mean,
It's interesting, man. It's pretty heavy. I like it.
Nice.
I hope you guys like it as well.
Oh, 100%. I've been loving everything that you've been coming out with, man.
Thanks, man.
Any other exciting dates that are coming out for you, bro?
Nah, man.
Just getting ready.
I just got a new tour manager, so we're like starting from scratch.
Yeah.
I was on the phone to him today. I'm looking. I've had this in the works for a while, actually. I'm gonna try and kind of put my own event on, Sorry. That's I've got to upload my Radio Metro show. I'm gonna throw an event just for the scene, man. I'm not trying to make money off it. Just want to get like the boys. It's gonna be like a producer only thing, producer showcase, kind of play your own stuff.
That's it.
I'm gonna try and make it like real small, real intimate, real interesting.
Dope.
You know, not
That's
just
dope.
a fucking.
That's dope.
It's the thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Working on that. It's not anywhere near finished, but
in the works. Coming soon. Well, bro, it's been awesome having you here, man. I mean, we've had a great chat, man. We want to really talk about everything.
Literally covered everything.
Yeah, bro.
Is there anything that you want to plug before we finish off, bro?
I don't know. Go listen to my music. I need the stream, son. I got bills, man.
Yeah. So go.
Hold
on. Oh, hey, there it is.
Yeah, look at that guy.
Hit that buy link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely go on iTunes because iTunes pays more per stream than Spotify.
But still, you can. I mean, if you want to support him, go and stream. That's like anything on Spotify as well.
Look at that fucking artwork, bro. What am I doing?
Nah, but
oh, you know what? Actually, so one more thing. The artwork, I was trying to shoot it today. I told you this.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't do it because I've got to hang myself.
Oh.
But not die. And I just can't figure out how to do it.
Okay, well, you might need help with that.
Yeah. I don't want to ask someone to help me. He was like, hey, man, you want to come and watch me die for a few minutes? Because I do like video components to my shit as well. I'm just like trying to, do some cool stuff. But
that'd be a hard one to work out, man.
Keep an eye on that, bro. Keep an eye on that. It's gonna be
please get someone to help you out with that one. Don't do that one yourself.
Oh, fuck.
But bro, it's been an absolute pleasure for you to be here and just to talk about what you've been doing, bro.
Yeah.
And sweet. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Later.